Well, hello everyone. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Today, episode 3 of the season 1 of 1 episode of... I forgot the name of the show. Firefly. Keep that in. That's great. Bushwhacked. This feels like a weird Star Wars, Game of Thrones type medieval cowboy western all mixed into one show, and I like how episodic it is, but also having overlonging themes and storylines that we can come back to later. And it's fun, it's not too long. The characters are likable so far.
I agree. The first episode, kind of like a 90-minute TV movie that I thought was pretty enjoyable, got us to know everybody. And then the last episode, the train job, great opening scene in the bar establishing all the characters, and then a really good TV episode. So I'm really hooked in at this point, ready to watch this show, and I'm totally bought into the premise. So I'm excited to see where it goes and how far they can get into this world before the unfortunate cancellation. And if you want to see our full uncut reactions and discussions to everything we watch here, as well as some exclusive other content like Battlestar Galactica, some of our favorite movies, and a bunch of other stuff coming, check out our Patreon. It's in the description. You can go join there, access all of that stuff. But make sure to subscribe here on YouTube to become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. House of the Dragon? Nope. She-Hulk? Nope. Andor? Nope. Rings of Power? Nope. Firefly and Star Trek? Woo! All right.
After the Earth was used up, we found a new solar system, and hundreds of new Earths were terraformed and colonized.
We're going to get this monologue at the beginning of every episode now?
Yeah, it's the same one from last episode. So they have this and the intro?
Yeah! Too tall! Little man!
Some space basketball here?
Proximity alert.
Who's flying this thing?
It's Thor!
What is it?
It's a ghost.
Okay.
So random, she has like one line an episode.
It would have been interesting if she made a reference to what she said last episode. Blue something.
So, what do we figure? Transport ship?
Converted cargo hauler. Maybe a short-range scow.
Cram 15, maybe 20 families on a boat that size. You pack them in tight enough.
Tell you what I think. I figure that fellow we run into did everyone on board. Killed them all.
You're a very up person.
Shouldn't we report this?
To who? Alliance? They're gonna run right out here, lickety-split, make sure these taxpayers are okay.
Thought I'd offer my services.
Cap and Zoe are going in first. We'll holler if we need you. Something wrong?
I suppose it's just the thought of a little mylar and glass being the only thing separating a person from nothing.
Like that fella we bumped into. That's what space trash does, kind of latches on the first big something, stops long enough. It'd be a bit like you and your sister, wouldn't it?
Damn.
But I've always been freaked out by the idea of astronaut suits also. It's like, oh, take off your helmet, die.
And if little hole in your suit, dead. This reminds me so much of Alien. Everything just looks so dirty and dingy and just like, ugh. Or I don't know if you ever saw Predator 2, the ship from Predator 2, where it's just like all like gross.
Oh.
Hello, Nathan Fillion. All these roles, but you can't book a major film.
Sir. Personal log. Someone was in the middle of an entry.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
So there's space travel and planetary travel, but there's no confirmed aliens yet, right?
No, and I don't think there's aliens in this show, from my understanding.
I'm guessing those Reavers are just, are human. Oh.
Hi.
What are you doing here and what's with the suit?
Oh, he tricked him.
You're hilarious. Sadist.
All right, enough.
That's pretty good.
Where are all the people?
Ship says lifeboat launched more than a week ago. We're gonna assume everyone got off okay. Anyway, we're just here to pick the bones, so.
There you go. You could always use more dishes.
I love handy cam like walk-ups. It's just so obvious it's a dude walking.
Everything a grown family needs to make a fresh start on a new world. Forget the rest, we just take this stuff. Gonna need a hand hauling it out of here.
I wonder if it's a trap.
Nobody escaped.
Sir?
Oh, don't look up.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
I know what did this. Get her out of here.
Jane, drop what you're doing and get to the engine room.
Oh! Good jump scare.
No, don't ever leave the ship. Not ever.
Okay, handle her, will you, son?
What the chick-shada is going on in there?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me, someone on the Patreon said that the speaking Mandarin thing, they would also use that to put more curse words into the show, and the censors wouldn't catch it because it was a different language.
Came at me from behind. Big though. Strong.
He wasn't big at all.
No, he's a little guy.
No one's gonna hurt you.
No mercy.
No, we got lots of mercy. We got lots and lots.
Oh! Ah, that's great. I wonder if he's just a survivor.
Oh, yes. He's a real beast. It's a wonder you're still alive.
Looked bigger when I couldn't see him.
Cattle. Cattle for the slaughter.
Jeez, dude, calm down.
Now, he said he knows what did this.
Oh, yeah.
He must have studied under bones. Dose him. Deal with it later.
Nothing more we can do for him now, not after what he's seen.
What do you mean?
The ship was hit by reavers.
Ah!
They're back.
Whatever horror he witnessed, whatever acts of barbarism, it was done by men. Nothing more.
Reavers ain't men.
They got out to the edge of the galaxy, to that place of nothing, and that's what they became.
Lesson of this episode, mind your business. Should have just kept driving.
How funny that we were just asking about that, like talking about the Reavers and whether they're people or not, and then we get their whole backstory.
And I talked about setting up storylines early on in episode 1 that might come back to, and we got Reavers, allegedly, so...
I mean, I don't understand how that guy's gonna get out of that room, even if he has a scalpel.
Firefly class transport, you are ordered to release control of your helm. Prepare to dock and be boarded.
Worse.
Oh.
It's the government! Ah! That was a nice little bait and switch.
Yeah, and I've really liked how the show will introduce a problem and then solve it. Like, you think it's going to be the big problem of the whole episode, then it's like, no, we're past it, and then something else happens. Very quick pacing.
Oh, here it is. An alert issued on an unidentified Firefly class believed to be carrying 2 fugitives. Sir.
What are they wanted for?
It's not available. It's classified.
Well, I'm not about to have any surprises on a routine check. We run into these two, we shoot first.
Open the stash, pull out the goods.
What? Just got done putting it in.
Yeah, and now I'm telling you, take it all out again. In about 2 minutes' time, this boat's gonna be crawling with Alliance.
No.
My sister. It's like, we know, Doc. We know.
Is that why you let us stay? So you could use us as bargaining chips?
Knew there was a reason.
They're not taking her, and you are not giving her to them.
Do as the man says.
With the light coming down on him. That's great.
Is this your vessel?
It is. Bought and paid for. I'm Captain Malcolm Reynolds.
And is this everyone, Captain?
By way of crew, it is. Though in our infirmary, you're gonna find a fellow we rescued off that derelict. Saved him.
And these items, I Take it you rescued them as well.
Oh God, he's gonna mess him up.
But that is a wrist slap compared to the penalty for harboring fugitives. And I know how these older model Fireflies tend to have those troublesome little nooks. I want every inch of this junker tossed.
Junker?
Settle down, Kaylee.
She's more concerned about what they call the ship rather than that they're taking them away. Oh, okay. I guess he wasn't that much of a threat.
You fought with Captain Rose in the war.
Fought with a lot of people in the war.
And your husband.
Fight with him sometimes, too.
Is there any particular reason you don't wish to discuss your marriage?
We're very private people.
The legs. Oh, yeah. I definitely have to say it was her legs.
Just so as you don't end up pumping it through the main atmo feed and asphyxiating the entire crew. Now that's junk.
Still arguing the junk. Just nothing. That's great. That's a great little moment.
Yeah, they're under their dinner mats.
Oh! Oh, so that's why they set up him being scared of space. And it's like, well, guess what? You're going out there.
Wow.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Oh, that'd be terrifying. Don't let go. Because I don't think they're hooked onto anything. Oh, she's having fun. I almost didn't recognize her.
The two different types of people.
Yep.
Want my advice? You won't tow it back. Just fire the whole grime thing from space. Be done with it.
I'm not in the habit of destroying evidence.
Of course not. Be against the rules. I'm gonna make a leap here and figure this is your first tour out here on the border.
I noticed your ship's called Serenity. You were stationed on Hera at the end of the war. Battle of Serenity Valley took place there, if I recall.
You know, I believe you might be right.
Seems odd you name your ship after a battle you're on the wrong side of.
May have been the losing side. Still not convinced it was the wrong one.
Wow.
Is that why you attacked that transport?
What?
Still fighting the same battle, Sergeant. Only those weren't soldiers you murdered. They were civilians.
Oh, no.
We attacked that ship, then brought the only living survivor to our infirmary.
I'd ask him, only I'm not sure he'll be able to speak with his tongue split down the middle.
Oh, he did that to himself?
Yeah, get him. Start fresh. Start fresh.
Oh, gosh.
Get a line in.
The chest burster's gonna come out. Oh, no!
Woo! You can't imagine how many times men in my position hear that excuse. Reavers did it.
It's the truth.
That's hilarious that it's a common excuse.
Let's go again.
How would they even know if the coast is clear from the freaking outside of the ship?
Your ship and its contents will be auctioned. The proceeds of the sale will be applied to the cost of your defense. I want guards on the nursery.
It won't matter. You won't find him. I know where he'll go.
But I'll only tell you if you drop all charges.
Don't hang.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
Come on.
The child's play shot.
We let him go first.
Right. Thanks. Now I'll really have the advantage.
Man, they still kept the cuffs on him. Jeez.
I can still throw a hammer fist.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Mutilated himself. Oh, he killed him?
But he saved him, so it's like, okay, you're free to go.
That's it. Like, all right.
Save his Goron life, he still takes the cargo.
They took all the stuff.
Oh, and they're destroying the evidence like he said he wouldn't do. Wow.
Wow. Wow, okay. That was great.
I was thinking in the last few minutes, I could tell just based on how long we were watching it, I'm like, are we going to not get a resolution here? But they did a really good job of kind of wrapping it up all real quick there at the end. It was, satisfying even though it was quick.
Yeah, in terms of subverting expectations, setting stuff up, and enemy of my enemy is my friend, and the horror elements, like it's not about what you see, it's about what you don't see. And I like how they're really playing with our imagination with these Reavers. Like I honestly kind of hope that we never see what they truly look like, because that guy who was infected or whatever, who saw into the darkness, just tried to make himself look like one. So I hope we never really see what they do look like, because it's like this terrifying, looming force that can come whenever. And the stuff with like, oh, we can't destroy the evidence, and they destroy the it's like just like the Empire government stuff is fascinating, and this world of scavengers, and yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I mean, when they're talking about it and he tells him to destroy it and he says no because he can't destroy the evidence, and he was like, oh, it must be your first time out here. Like, just alluding that this type of stuff, goes on all the time out so far in space like they are. Just more great, world building stuff. And like you said, about the Reavers and what they might look like. I mean, now that it's been more explained to us what they are, like the idea of man who's just been so far away from civilization for so long that they're really not even human. And witnessing what they did to those people on the ship caused that guy, to go crazy. Really great setup if we ever end up seeing, more of them. But yeah, overall, another good episode. It's crazy how all the characters in the show have so much of their own character and storyline going on that it's like almost too much. Like it's almost like, there's so much going on. I really like the stuff they do with, I think her name is Kaylee, and like how she's a mechanic and fixes the ship and got him out of that situation with the bomb, and how offended she was when they called the ship Serenity junk, all just great stuff there.
Yeah, like the whole show could have been over, but she's more concerned about it's not junk. And the interview segment was great. How it just cuts between everyone's different interviews. And for Jane, there's just nothing, no words at all. Oh, that was great. And she was still defending how the ship isn't junk. It's like all this stuff's fantastic. And once again, I always talk about setups and payoffs. How they just set up the doctor's afraid of space, and how are we going to hide him? We're going to put you in space.
Maybe the only negative, and I kind of said this in the first episode, but the whole storyline with the doctor and his sister, I'm just still not bought into it. It's still, for me, the weakest part of the show. Hopefully that changes, and as we get more into it, I'll be more into it. But right now, I feel like anytime it cuts to that storyline, I'm just like, okay, it's just kind of, a bit more ridiculous to me than the rest of the show. But hopefully, that can be done well by the end of the episodes here.
Yeah, I just want more details into it. We've this episode, we didn't learn anything more about it. I mean, we know she's omnipotent, whatever. She can sense stuff going on, and I mean, there a nice little moment is her being fascinated by space, but because that's the only scene where she's ever smiling and not it's so she got to do something different. But still, it's I need a little more. I felt like we weren't fed anything for that, so it's I didn't really care about it.
All right, well, that'll be our thoughts for episode 3 of Firefly. Let us know in the comments anything you agree, disagree about what we said, or anything we didn't touch on or talk about. Let us know how you feel about this episode. And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube, become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching along with us. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience, where content's made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us, and hopefully for you as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.